how effective has this legal framework really been, and what mechanisms do you see viable for its enforcement? What is the playbook for accelerating ESG in India?
Still, you're on mute.
Sorry. Thanks, Rija. Very enjoyable comments from Amarjit and Mr. Gupta. And if I can say so, as a practitioner, I think the ESG genie is sort of out of the bottle now, and it is well and truly kind of pervading not only the policy world but also the business world. Whether it's corporate America or corporate Europe or corporate India, this is now no longer just a compliance issue. It has become a mainstream strategy issue. And I think all corporations and all private businesses are now looking at it from a very different lens of the future, not only from the point of view of just meeting a regulatory requirement, but how this kind of opens up opportunities as well. And there is almost a perfect storm just now with the regulators now coming up with requirements for disclosure and compliance. I think the public markets, particularly those which are kind of, where index funds like BlackRock and State Street and others, they are playing a big role as well. I think there is a lot happening in the world of debt and debt finance as well. The the central banks are driving green initiatives as well. Also in consumer markets as well, I think customers are now asking about, how is your ESG score before they buy your product. Employees are asking. There was a recent study, I think about a year ago, from one of the big four in terms of the employee coverage as well, in terms of asking young recruits of what are some of the criteria that they look into when they join a company or they take up employment. And ESG is probably the topmost now. Almost 33 to 34% of the employees of the people who are joining and taking up jobs said they look at the kind of ESG profile of their future employees. So the world has changed, and there is a lot that is going to happen even going forward. So interesting that we are having this conversation just in the wake of COP26. But and also we're having this conversation in the wake of what is happening in the Delhi pollution as well, where we are seeing the amount of intense environmental degradation that is taking place. Now, if I kind of turn to India, I think we have a unique opportunity ahead of us. We have an opportunity because we're starting at a kind of a different base of by using new technologies to leapfrog. India has the opportunity of becoming one of the largest solar players in the world and other forms of renewable energies as well. So whilst we have our own challenges because of we are a large developing country, we'll always face issues and that straight away migrating from fossil fuels to renewables. But at the same time, the opportunity is massive as well. Let me come to your question now on the purpose of a corporation in Section 166. So it's very interesting that, apart from what SEBI has been doing with things like BRSR and others, that the judiciary has taken note. There was a recent Supreme Court judgment in April 21, where Section 166 was interpreted really for the first time. And it kind of completely put paid to the Friedmanian concept of that corporations work. The primary purpose of corporation is to work for profit, and Section 166 also talks of employees and the community.